now moving into your month of October, where that is concerned, opening up your heart space to a greater depth than you ever have before where that is concerned, dear ones. And the reason why your heart space is opening up to a greater depth that you never have had before or had done before where that is concerned is because you are now moving into a greater depth of who you are being. You are moving into a greater clarity of who you are being, a greater clarity of loving, honoring, and valuing yourself, a greater clarity without the trauma, without the wounding where that is concerned, without the memories of mom and dad, without the conditioning of mom and dad where that is concerned. In many ways, you are transcending that and transitioning into a greater aspect of the being of you where that is concerned, in this aspect of your soul divine plan where that is concerned. And you're moving along the pathway as you move into your month of October where that is concerned, feeling more powerful about who you are where that is concerned. In many ways, walking the pathway without the mask. At times, maybe putting up the mask a little bit or walking through the veil where that is concerned. But basically now you're moving into a place of loving, honoring, and valuing who you are to a greater extent that you never have before where that is concerned. And in many ways, you're opening up new pathways in your life, new parameters in your life, new relationships in your life, being the true self that you are where that is concerned, and honoring and valuing that where that is concerned. In many ways, you are moving into the adult place where that is concerned, where the adult is now fully leading your life, and you're now opening up to a more joyousness of self where that is concerned. We will say that again, dear ones, a more joyousness of self where that is concerned. We are feeling in your vernacular more confident and powerful about who you are where that is concerned. From time to time, doubt may creep in your vernacular where that is concerned. But most of the time as you move through your month of October, you are walking in a more steadfast, powerful place as the adult in your soul divine plan where that's concerned. So as you exit your month of September into your month of October, in many ways, as we have been saying to you over and over and over again, over the past many millenniums, the many times that we have met with you and you have met with us, you're moving into the new you where that is concerned. And we have mentioned this many times before where that is concerned. Moving into the new you. The new you that is not basically the new you, but it's the new aspect of you that you are remembering who you are in the beingness of self. You have moved deep within in the inner journey where that is concerned and released the trauma, faced the trauma, looked at the wounding, faced the wounding, released the wounding. And as you have moved through that inner journey, you're now moving through a new doorway where that is concerned. We came to you in your month of September where that is concerned, and we said new doorways will be opening for you. And many are at that place of new doorways opening for them. But what is truly opening, the new doorway that is truly opening for you and many where that is concerned, is the doorway into the new you where that is concerned. The new, more powerful, all-encompassing you where that is concerned. Many are now finding their voice of self-expression where that is concerned, and they are not editing themselves where that is concerned. They're not judging themselves. They're not shaming themselves. They are speaking from the heart space where that is concerned. They are speaking from the place of the Christ consciousness where that is concerned, through peace, love, community, harmony, and equality, and all-inclusiveness where that is concerned, because they are realizing that they are all-inclusive. You are now realizing, dear ones, that you are all-inclusive. You are who you are in the depth and breadth of your beingness where that is concerned. So in many ways, many are being, in your vernacular, reborn. They are finding a rebirth where that is concerned. And many are looking at the past and looking behind them, as we said to you in your month of September where that is concerned, looking at the old relationships and looking at the past of your life where that is concerned, looking at over your shoulder as it were, as you're returning and looking over your shoulder and seeing the past, seeing the old ring, seeing the old you where that is concerned, and you're now looking at that old you, and that old you and those old relationships that no longer serve you are fading into the background where that is concerned. You are now distancing yourself from the old where that is concerned and stepping through new doorways into the new and the new you where that that is concerned. It is not so much, dear ones, that what is transpiring outside of you in the third dimensional realm is new. What is new is you. You are now remembering who you truly are. You are now remembering that your needs are important, that you are equal to those outside of yourself, that you have a voice to express yourself where that is concerned, that you have talents, gifts, and abilities that you can bring out into the world, and you are feeling that all-inclusiveness within you where that is concerned. And for many, the doorways to the past in your vernacular are closing where that is concerned. And you are moving further along the pathway through the open doorway ahead of you into the new, bringing the new you with you. Many have closed those doorways. As we said to you, dear ones, many will understand it and close those doorways and lock them shut. Many are now distancing themselves from the old relationships, easing gently towards the new where that is concerned, nurturing themselves. But eventually now, as you move through your month of October, you will close those doors. And many will lock those doors shut. And then you will be able to move out into the world and create your beingness. Paint the new picture of your life where that is concerned, into the new you, into the robust powerfulness of you where that is concerned, where you're moving into a place of equality and all-inclusiveness, combining your human form into your spiritual form, the godlike consciousness where that is concerned. And in many ways, you will see your attachments more clearly to the third dimensional realm outside of yourself. In many ways you will see, as we have said to you many, many times before, and ask the question, is what is transpiring in the third dimensional realm outside of yourself dictating the way you live your life? Because you move into a place of fear and judgment of who you are. And you see now that as you move out of that fear, the fear of being you, the fear of the powerfulness of you, and you move through that new doorway, you will be able to now create the world that you say you want. You will be able to create the world you say you want. So as you now move into your month of October, you will be able to create that new world. You'll be able to create those new relationships. You'll be able to create that new life from a completely different place. A place within yourself where you're fully honoring and valuing and loving you. A place within yourself where you're fully knowing who you are. A place within yourself that you fully know your talents, gifts, and abilities. A place within yourself where you're loving you and seeing the powerfulness of you and knowing that you matter in the world outside of yourself. So in many ways you will be moving out and blossoming into the new you as you move through your month of October and the new doors before you open into the new life. You will see, dear ones, the mythical illusions of the third dimensional realm. And know that as you raise your resonance and vibration, and for many, their resonance and vibration is at the highest it has been in their entire lifetime on this earthly plane, because of the inner work, and releasing the old wounding, and the old traumas, and the conditioning of mom and dad, and releasing their attachments to the third dimensional realm outside of themselves. And realize that in many ways, as they live in this parallel lifetime, seeing the low, dense vibrational aspects of the third dimensional realm outside of themselves, and then walking that pathway into the new, they will see their powerfulness. And they will now begin to create from a place of wholeness, from a place of healthiness, creating healthful relationships where there is a balance of giving and receiving. where each wonderful and most glorious soul champions each other's highest good, where there is community, harmony, equality, love, and all-inclusiveness, now living the life of the Christ consciousness.